Wednesday Addiction. Humpin' it with Mello, D83, and the Maestro.
Hello and welcome, everyone. The week is almost over. You're halfway there. It's Wednesday, hump day, and you're now humping it with Mello, D83, and the Maestro. Please get your mind out of the gutter.
Welcome to 2024, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but 2023 was gone in a flash. It's quite scary.
Yes.
But they say as you get older, time goes faster. I will attest to that. Man. But I'm happy to be here with my fellow co-hosts, Mello and D83. The first Humpin' It podcast episode of the new year. How about that? Grateful we're back. I think D83 was just smelling his drawers. I don't know. That's what it looked like, though. Wow.
No. So a couple of things. One, as far as, you know, time flies by as you're getting older. Apparently, also your reflexes get a little slower too. Because right as you were saying, we're getting ready to go on. I leaned over to get a sip of my drink, and I knocked a good portion over, and it was leaking all on my keyboard on my other computer.
Oh no!
Nice. Wow.
Nice.
All right. Listen.
God.
Liquid and electronics, they mix. So yeah.
I think it was my hand telling me, please don't reach for that again. This flavor absolutely sucks. It's a tropical punch. It tastes more like a punch in the face.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, won't be drinking that then.
No, it's the worst flavor that they make, but it's the only one that they had. Imagine that.
Wow. Something is better than nothing. Apparently not. well, all right then.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the new year, man. How was y'all the end of 2023 and the beginning of 2024? Mello, I just actually got a good look at you. You look different for 2024.
I did.
I was contemplating on throwing a joke out there, but one of my New Year's resolutions was to be nicer to my co-hosts. So
let's keep it real. That's not gonna happen.
Listen,
you might as well just cross that off your list.
Have faith in me, please. Have faith in me.
No.
Man. So how was y'all's New Year, man?
Quiet. I
That's
did
good.
not leave the house during New Year's.
Facts.
I do not go out just because I know that there are
You don't want to catch a stray falling bullet?
not so much that, but people on the roadways. We know that there are people who do not act responsibly.
This is true. This is very true.
And just to avoid any sort of mishap, it's better to stay in. There's nothing good out there on New Year's Eve anyway.
That's debatable. That's debatable because there's certainly a lot of people that go out there. I'm not one of them.
It's not for me.
Yeah,
It's not for me.
I feel you. Not for me either. So, D83, how about you, man? How was your New Year's?
New Year's was fantastic.
Good stuff.
Spent the time with my two kids. So there was 3 kids. Anyways.
Wow.
we had a blast. We're only a week, not even a week into 2024, and I'm already over it. Just saying, I'm already over it.
Wow.
Wow.
But back to your New Year's resolution here.
Yeah.
I'm envisioning this going something like when I used to be active in the gym. It never, it was every year, same thing, right? Same thing. First of the year, gym, and I would go in the morning time because usually the morning time was empty.
Yeah.
Oh no, not right after the first of the year.
Right.
Everybody's in there.
Man, where are all these people coming from, right? I can see this going for, couple of shows, but then it's going to die out just like the same thing at the gym. Come March, no one's in there again in the morning.
Exactly.
Why would you say that? Why
'Cause
would
I
you
know
say
who
that?
I'm dealing with. I know who I'm dealing with.
Oh, ye of little faith.
You may say that we are not really friends, but I've known you for for a very long time. And
Well, all right then. Well, I tell you
I know,
what.
I know you can't do this.
I can do it. I can do this. Have faith. This is a new maestro. It's a new year for new possibilities. All right. This is the mellow maestro. That's what I'm going to call myself now. The mellow. I can't do that because that's mellow. So that just
Right.
sounds weird. Guess I won't use that. But you know what? I can show you better than I can tell you. With that, let's get into it, y'all.
Here comes the starting 5'5" water boy. D83 with the 3 and out segment.
D83, what you got for us, bud? Why y'all laughing?
First I'm gonna go with the NBA, Mr. Wonderful Maestro.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. Much appreciated.
Last night, I had really good intentions to go to bed early. I said, you know what? It's been a long day. It was extremely hectic. I was beyond overwhelmed. I said, I'm going to go to bed early. But instead, I said, man, let me see what games are on. And I saw that the Celtics and the Thunder were playing. I said, man, this ought to be a good game. Next thing you know, I'm watching the whole thing, and man, it did not let me down. It was a close game. Celtics lost 123 to 127 to the Thunder. And I'm telling you now, I've been saying this. He had a pretty decent game, but again, he's a rookie. I'm telling you, Chet Holmgren is he's going to end up being the NBA Rookie of the Year.
You talk about him. This is. I have faith in you because your Super Bowl predictions were always spot on. So I got faith in you.
I appreciate that, but that was many years ago. And anyways, but yeah, I'm still into sports, just not as much as I used to be. But yeah,
I understand.
But thank you, sir.
I understand.
Appreciate the love.
You're so welcome, sir. You are very welcome.
I'm watching you though.
For what did I do? I haven't done anything.
I know it's coming.
It's not. There's nothing that's gonna happen. It's nothing.
I'm standing on my toes. Okay, and not just because I can't see the camera without doing so. I'm just preparing for whatever you got.
He tried to get me, but this is the new maestro. It's not gonna happen. You will not sway me, sir.
So tonight, even though I have a horrible headache, tired, still exhausted, and dealing with Maestro is wearing me out even more. But the Clippers and Suns play tonight.
What did I do?
So I'm probably gonna end up watching that. Hey, I figured I'm just gonna try to see if I can't egg you on and bring it out.
Why would you do that, sir? Why?
I don't believe you can last, so I'm just trying to test it.
Listen,
okay?
Peace, love, and happiness. That's what I'm about. That's what I'm about.
Yes. For a short period of time. So again, Clippers Suns tonight should be a very good game. Comes on at 9. Then the Heat and the Lakers play today at 10. Well, tonight I should say. 10. Should be good. Should be good. We'll see.
Nice.
Okay.
NFL. How about Joe freaking Flacco and the Cleveland Browns? Dude, they're 11-5, and Joe Flacco was like an afterthought. Been out of the league for a while.
Yes.
He's 38 years old.
Yes. That may say he got something to prove.
Yeah.
That's what it is, man. Can't count him out yet.
It's going to be crazy, man. I can't wait to see how this season ends for the Browns.
There's some really good teams out there right now, man. Some powerhouse teams, man. Teams that you didn't expect. I didn't expect.
Yeah.
So,
no, definitely.
It's going to be an interesting season. Well, the season's over. What I meant was interesting playoffs.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say. Sorry about that.
No, I'm with you. This weekend, the games that I'm extremely excited for would be Cowboys and Washington. No, I'm just joking. Anybody trying to watch that crap? Bills versus the Dolphins.
That's going to be a good game.
That's going to be a good game.
That's going to be a good game. Who would have thought?
Divisional game. Bills are 10-6. Dolphins are 11-5.
Yep. Dolphins been coming for the last 3 years. They've been on the up and up. So they're definitely riding the wave right now.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
They got a heck of a squad. Yeah, definitely. And you got Tyreek Hill.
Yes. His house just burned down, didn't it?
Something crazy had happened. I don't know. I just happened to see that. I caught the end of it.
Yeah, I was flipping through TikTok, which I shouldn't have been because it's such a time dump. But so I went down this rabbit hole of the whole. So he was standing outside with his woman, and then they showed his house just burning. I was like, wow.
Dang.
So I didn't catch much of the story, but
Yeah, I didn't catch it either. Like I said, I was just caught, bare end of it, end of it, and I was like, something with Tyreek, but I had to get off of it. So I was like, I wonder what that was. And
he was wearing one of them them astronaut boots too. So I don't know if he's. I don't remember him getting hurt. Did he get hurt?
It's late in the season. A lot of those players are playing off injuries.
Yeah, that's true too. That's true.
Because you don't want the other team. You don't want the other. Yes, they are supposed to tell you if they're injured, but a lot of people do not report it because if you tell the other team you're dealing with this, they're gonna go.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
a lot of the players are playing injured.
Well, the news just put him on blast, so because he had the whole astronaut boot and everything.
It don't matter. He's supposedly the fastest guy in the NFL. I would like to think that I could easily beat him.
You know what? Hey,
he could take the boot off. I wear the boots and still beat him.
You know what? I believe in you. I think you could. I do. Absolutely. You don't believe it?
Nah, heck no.
You don't think you could? Man, I think you could. You got it.
Heck no. I'm taking one stride. I'd be. Who got past me?
Wow. Well,
what the heck was that?
Wow. Well, all right then. All right, sir.
Last thing, music. So 2006. The band, it's a heavy metal band called Tool.
Mm-hmm.
They had an album come out called 10,000 Days. There was a song that was on the radio called The Pot. And I'm going to tell you what, I was like, man, who is this? I was late. I became a late fan. They had already had multiple albums out.
Right.
I was like, man, who? I said, oh my God. Then I realized, okay, they sang the song Sober that I really, really love. And Stinkfist. And I was like,
Stinkfist.
So this is them? Yeah, Stinkfist. Yeah. You got to remember, it's a heavy metal band. They got some all
names. Yes.
Name of songs and name of groups. I mean,
that is true.
But yeah, I was like, this freaking band is awesome. I don't know why I was so late getting to them. I mean, the way they play, they got their own sound. Their songs are always long. I get to go see them. So I'm bringing that up because next week I'm going to see them at the CFG Bank Arena in Baltimore. I know. Don't cry, man. Don't cry. I'm happy too, man.
Yeah, man. Just a little, I'm going to miss you, buddy. I'm going to miss you.
I highly doubt that.
Why not?
Because, man.
I don't understand. What's going on?
You're not going to miss me.
Of course I am.
No, you're not. Just like not for 1 second am I going to be sitting there in that arena thinking, I know what Maestro's doing. I sure miss him.
Well,
'Cause I'm not.
because you'll be entertained, and that's understandable. You know, your focus is going to be elsewhere. You know, you're going to concentrate on the concert. It's going to be great, and that's okay, man. You know, just don't even worry about me. I'll be fine over here. It's okay, man. So you just
Man,
enjoy
you're
yourself.
just not taking the. You're not taking the bait, man. Come on.
With bait, I don't. What? Did I miss something? What's going on? I don't understand.
That's not working. I love you. Okay. I love you, man.
Hey, man, I love you too. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? All right. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Yeah. All right, man. Yeah. Spread the love. T Dab is on with us right here. He says Steelers. Well, we all know he's a Steelers fan. Steelers Nation. That's what he is. So, matter of fact, what other Steelers?
7-9.
Okay,
Right?
so but they still
suck.
in there, huh? Are they
No,
in there?
heck no, they're not.
Oh.
No. You got to remember, Ravens are in that division.
Right.
I think they're like 13 and something.
Who, the Ravens? Dang.
13-3. Yeah, the Ravens, and you got the Browns.
Yeah,
The Browns are in that division.
that's facts. That's facts.
Cincinnati, but they're dealing with too many injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh no, we gonna see.
tough division.
It's gonna be interesting. What up, T Dad? Thanks for joining us, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. You know who else is not going in the playoffs?
He said 9. He said 9 and 7.
Nah, that
Yeah.
was that. Get it right.
Yeah.
Right.
He said correct yourself.
So I had it reversed.
Yeah, he
I
said.
had it reversed.
He said correct yourself. Come correct when you talk to the Steelers. That's what he said. That's not actually what he said, but I felt like that's what happened.
Yeah, well, see, they've had such a poor year, and no one's been talking about them. It felt like they should probably be 7-9.
Oh,
But who am
man.
what? You know,
Hey, buddy.
who am I? I can't talk about anybody because as a Commanders fan,
That's some good drink there.
suck.
Well, all right. Well, I just hope you have a wonderful time at your concert, sir. It's going to be great. And you know what? You deserve some time off, man. On that note.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. On that note, let's switch it over and let's take a trip.
Now it's time for a classically awesome journey to Squareville with Mello.
Mello, how are you?
I am well. Thank you so much for asking.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm so glad that you were here with us again. Everybody's together in this 2024. What you got for us? Go take us on a trip. I can't wait. I'm buckled in and ready to go.
That's so patronizing.
I apologize. I didn't mean for it to be. I was just trying to get enthusiastic.
did.
I did not. I didn't. I was trying to be enthusiastic. I wanted, you know. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I tried.
Well, as we know, we are in a new year, 2024. Who would have ever thought? It just feels like 2000 was just a couple years ago. And here we are,
Man,
24 years later.
please don't do that to me. Lord. Lord. 2000.
I have to agree, Mello. Yeah.
Ooh.
I know. So the month of January, a little interesting fact. January was named for the Roman god Janus, known as the protector of the gates and doorways, who symbolizes beginnings and endings. Janus is depicted with two faces, one looking into the past and one with the ability to see into the future. I thought that was so fitting because, yes, here we are leaving one year, going into another. perfect symbolization.
Big facts. Okay. All right. Okay.
So, there are a couple of interesting things to take into account for January, especially today. January 3rd is actually, what year was it? It was the first year that Aretha Franklin, or it was the first woman that was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, January 3rd. I have to get the year for you, but it is considered Woman Rock and Roll Day. So I thought that was very interesting because that is a huge accomplishment.
I wonder who that was. It's interesting. D83. Do you know by chance? Because you're the
but
music
the
guru.
funny-
Aretha
the
Franklin?
weird thing is the other night I was watching the rock and roll inductees, which was
Okay.
good.
Okay. I don't know.
And Missy Elliott got inducted. She
Yeah.
became the first woman.
Mm-hmm.
Became the first woman
Rapper.
hip hop artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hip hop artist, and they're awesome.
Yeah, that was.
Willie Nelson. Who I thought Willie. I was just like Willie. He ain't already in there. I was
Right.
like,
Exactly.
it was good.
I
it was
missed
good.
it. I didn't. But I wanted to see Missy get inducted, but 'cause I think that's awesome.
Yeah,
I love Missy.
I'm gonna tell you what. She has found the fountain of youth. Can I just say that?
Yes.
Like Missy looks really good.
Yes, she does.
Like her back in her 20s and her now. I'm like, she's really good looking. I'm
Yeah,
like, oh my
yeah.
god, what are you doing?
Yeah. Well, she lost a lot of weight. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And just, got on this health thing, man. So she's really been, taking care of herself, it looks like. And but yeah, Missy is she got it still. I wish she was still making
telling you.
music. But
Yeah,
Yes.
you and I both.
I think that's definitely our era. The new era is not gonna accept it too much. I don't think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
It's a whole different ball game, man.
I don't know. I think if maybe they were exposed to her with new music, it's something that they could probably wrap their heads around. Because let me tell you, some of the stuff that's popular today boggles me.
Boggles all of us. All of us.
yes.
But I think her style, even at the time when she did come out in our era, I think it would be right up a lot of this
I don't
newer
know.
generation's alley.
I don't think so, man. I don't think they would appreciate the artistry that she did. Man.
Art.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Everything is mumble rapping and horrible verses over beats and it's just oh my gosh, man.
There's no good, and they don't
Yeah,
care about the music videos.
yeah.
Like Misty was an art. Her
Artist,
music videos
Yeah.
were crazy.
yes,
Her her outfits,
yep.
the music, the lyrics, the singing.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, she was the absolute total package, man.
Speaking of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, real quick though, I don't recommend going there to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I've been there, and me as a big music fan, such a letdown.
Why?
Oh no.
I went once, because I used to go all the time to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and my wife at the time, she said, hey, while we're down there, we should go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I said, yeah, that sounds awesome. I didn't even think about that, so we went, and what a letdown.
But like, why was it? What were your
I
expectations?
just felt like it was not enough. Right, not enough. Just seemed blah. I don't know. It was just my personal opinion.
I got you. Okay, it's like watching a live baseball game. Like watching baseball on TV. To me, is far more exciting than going to a live baseball game.
Wow.
That's just me. I'll pass. But yeah. Anyways, go ahead, Mello.
Oh yeah, the date was 1987. I don't know why I had a brain fart on that one, but it was 1987. She was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Okay, good deal.
And this month, today and tomorrow especially, I know you've heard me talk about the meteor showers, but
Yeah.
this month
It's peaking
is
this month.
yes, the quad. Okay, hold on. Quadranted meteor shower. So it will be producing up to 25 meteors per hour at the peak. The best times to see it is between 12 a.m. and 5 a.m. when it's usually the
I'm asleep.
darkest.
I'm asleep. That's all right. I'm going to try and set me a camera up or something out the window and see if I can catch something. But yeah, I'm asleep.
But
Yeah,
yes,
well.
that's one that you, if you get time, to try and take a look. I have not personally witnessed a meteor shower. I've seen individual meteors or falling stars, but I would really like to, get a chance to see multiple.
Would be nice, yeah. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I love astronomy.
Yes.
So, but
If it did not involve so much of the stuff I did not like, I would definitely
like what?
be in the
Like what?
lots and lots of math.
Oh man. That's probably why I didn't go into it either. Super interesting though. I like it.
Yes. And one last thing for the month of January. They say for gardeners to start your planning. So, you know me, I love to garden. And yes, January is the time that I usually start to plan what I'm going to have in the garden. And, I'll usually make a list, see how much room I have in the garden, and see what's going to actually all fit and what I have to put in pots and outside of the garden.
So
But now,
So what you going with this year? Because you had, man, listen, you had a whole farmer's market last year.
I do.
I have 3, 4, like 7 jars of jalapenos still.
And I still have 7 jars in the refrigerator, if not more.
And my stomach said that I gotta stop for at least 2 weeks. Otherwise, it was gonna tear me up. So I can't eat no more jalapenos from you. So,
I'm sorry.
I've been trying to eat jalapenos for everything. You hear me? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, jalapenos, man.
But the good thing about them is that because they're pickled and refrigerated, they'll last quite a while. So
Yeah, I know.
don't be in a rush.
Listen, it's gonna be next year. This same time, I'm gonna be talking about my 5 jars of jalapenos.
Oh, you're going to have about 15 more by then.
No, I don't want them. DA3 is your turn. Tag. Tag. You gotta eat them.
Yeah, so I'll probably go with a lot of the same stuff I planted last year. But I was running out of space.
Yeah.
So I might just have to either do less of what I did, like a little less. The squash tend to take up the most room, so I might have to take those out of the garden and
Yeah,
put
but
them
we can
in separate pots.
You know what? Why don't y'all build another little spot? You know what I'm saying, on the other side of the fence.
I thought about that, but where I have it is where we get the best sunlight for
Yeah.
the shadows, like of the house
Yeah,
and the
I can
shop.
dig it.
So that's about as good as it's gonna get, because some things need quite a bit of sunlight.
I get it. But it's still, it's still light, like during the day. That's
But it's
sunlight.
in the shadow.
It's still light outside. That don't count.
No.
Oh, I tried. Sorry.
But I'll keep y'all updated because this will be something I'll talk about as we get closer to the planting season.
Absolutely. Let's get it. All right.
Question. Question though. So what was the name of the Roman god again? Had 2 faces.
Janice.
What was it? Janice. They should change it to Maestro, because I know he's trying so hard to play this nice guy thing,
What do you mean?
but we all know.
Sir, there's nothing I'm playing at. This is me.
Okay, I'm just saying they should change it.
This
Maestro.
is me. This is me. I don't understand.
Okay.
I don't understand where their ill will and hate and the meanness is coming from. I'm just trying to spread love.
There's still 30 minutes left. We shall see how this ends.
It's going to end the same way it started. Oh, wow. Well, all right. Well, thank you, Mello, for that wonderful journey down to Squareville.
You're welcome.
All right, let's get it.
あなたが一緒にいないと心が折れる
Oh, yeah. So, for the start of 2024, I did a top 5 when it comes to my anime. Top 5 where the main character is OP, overpowered. I can't remember if I did this before. I think I did. But if I haven't, or if I have, they're going to be different people. So, yeah, number 1 on the list. For any anime viewer out there, they probably wholeheartedly agree with me. Saitama is probably the most OP character ever created. Saitama. Saitama? So the anime is One Punch Man.
I was gonna say that.
And really it's kind of like a satire of, other animes. But it's still an amazing anime. But this guy is so OP. Like, it makes zero sense. There's so many different battles with him, between him and Goku on the internet. It was somebody else. I think him and the Hulk, maybe. The Hulk. But if we just look at the anime series, right? There's nobody that can beat Saitama. He was created as the most OP character to ever exist. So he wanted to be a hero. So he started training. He did, I think, 1,000 sit-ups, 1,000 push-ups, and 1,000 something else. And in this, his training and running and all that stuff, he lost his hair. So he's completely bald. And I guess that was the pinnacle of his strength, right? His baldness is the pinnacle of his strength. And he literally, it's called One Punch Man for a reason. He literally destroys everything with one punch. Quite literally. He can destroy the earth with one punch. It's just so over the top, but it's an amazing anime. It's stupid funny. Surprise! It's got some really, really great action scenes, man. It's awesome. It's definitely worth watching. But he tops the list as the most OP character. OP is just short for overpowered. But he takes the cake. He is number 1. He reigns supreme. I know people are gonna argue, no, Goku and his Ultra Instinct, his mastered Ultra Instinct form of tech. Nah, listen. When it comes down to it, and the way it was written, Saitama can't be beat. So my second on the list is a character by the name of Ainz Ul Gon. And the anime is called Overlord. This is an amazing anime. I think I just reviewed this not too long ago. Definitely worth watching. It's an isekai anime, so I won't give up too many details, but he gets transported, the character gets transported, or the main character gets transported to another world. And basically it's kind of like he's trapped in his game, this game that he was playing. So think of World of Warcraft. You know what I'm saying? You have an epic guild, top tier players who have all the items, you know what I'm saying, geared out. That's him. They're shutting the game down. So he's on for his last hurrah. 12 o'clock, the servers are supposed to go down. He just wants to, enjoy the last few minutes. 12:01 hits, and he realizes that he is now trapped in the game as the character. So, great. It's a great anime. Super cool, man. It's really good. But he is ridiculously overpowered. He calls himself the Sorcerer King. He's a giant elder lich or a skeleton. But quite literally, he goes to war with this one kingdom, and one of his spells wipes out hundreds of thousands of people. Ends the war with one spell, basically. So, but it's definitely worth watching. Overlord, my man Eins Ulgon. Dope character. Number 3, Anos Voldigold. And this is the Misfit of the Demon King Academy. Really good anime. And this fool is overpowered. So, backstory is Anos was the Demon King like 1,000 years ago, right? And humans were going to war with him. They had heroes, or had the hero and his party, and then they somehow came to this agreement. Anos was tired of fighting, this, that, and the third. So he allowed the hero to basically kind of kill him so he could resurrect 1,000 years later and all this stuff. So that basically happens. And he, as he's resurrected, he learns that history has changed and nobody knows who he is. They've changed the name from Anos Voldigo to somebody else as a Demon King. They're trying to rewrite history, basically. So the anime is basically about him investigating, going through, and basically being OP and taking everybody down. Nobody hurts him through the whole anime. Nobody hurts him. This man is so OP. D83, I guess he got bored. But, yeah, so nobody touches this man. Super OP. He's got all the spells, everything you can think of. But it's definitely worth it. The Misfit of the Demon King Academy. So worth it. D3, you all right there, buddy? You disappeared.
I wasn't getting bored. I just didn't want the viewers to see me attacking while being attacked by this oncoming stink bug. I said, oh my God, the stink bug's coming over here. And sure enough, it came over here. And he's dead. But, you know, there's a reason why they're called stink bugs. You should not crush them, okay? Just for the viewers to know that. Do not crush them, because whole place now.
He lived up to his name.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Duly noted. Thank you, sir. That's hilarious, actually.
Joys of living out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, man. Oh gosh. All right. My fourth. Okay, and these are not necessarily in order. You're good. What's up?
Nothing. I'll wait till you're done. Go ahead.
You sure? All right. No worries. So, number 4 is Rimuru Tempest. And the anime is The Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. Basically, another isekai. He gets killed, gets transported, and reincarnated, obviously, as the title says, as a slime monster. And he's given these OP powers, these skills, and basically makes him unbeatable. But all of these animes, even though the main characters are OP, right, like stupidly overpowered, they're really good animes. The storylines, what they're out to accomplish, and things like that, they're really good animes. So, but yeah, Rimuru is another one. He becomes a demon lord, and along with the other demon lords, it's a good story. Just watch it. It's 2-3 seasons, I think, 3 seasons maybe. And then the last on my list, I only did 5. I could have gone more, but last but not necessarily least in this order, right? Satoru Gojo, and that's from Jujutsu Kaisen. So all the Jujutsu Kaisen fans out there, this dude is an absolute monster. He's an absolute monster. One of the coolest characters in the whole anime, though, right? But he's an absolute monster. His powers, I haven't finished watching it all because some of the new episodes, but just know he deserves to be on that list. So that is my top 5, man. Top 5. Not necessarily in that order of power, except for number 1, and that's Saitama. He is going to be at the top of the list because, well, it's ridiculous what he does. If you have a moment, just jump on YouTube, go check it out, and you can see any one of his fights and how overpowered he is. But it's a great show. All right. Well, that would do it for that. Now,
So
go ahead.
Back to the beginning though, Maestro. With what was the guy's name? Saitama.
Saitama.
Saitama,
And I
and
could
his
be
bald
saying-
head.
Yes.
Now I know what happened to me. You know,
I was thinking the
All those-
same thing. Yeah,
all those pull-ups, all the push-ups.
exactly. Because remember when you were in the gym, you were deezed up. You was swole up. I remember.
Right.
Yeah, and it's just the after
little
effects.
help. Yeah.
Oh, but hey, listen, we all need help sometimes. It's all right. But I was thinking the same thing though, man. I was like, you know what, D83, he's probably a superhero. He's probably a superhero.
Yeah, totally.
He's got a secret identity, and that's cool, man. I won't say anything. That's awesome.
That was you swaying. You were kind of leaning
No.
to the old night, right? Just teeter-totting.
No,
right? Just
I was
a
not.
little.
I was being honest, man. You're a superhero. You're dead.
Mellow.
You're dead.
Right.
You're dead. You're a superhero. I don't care.
This is true.
You're dead.
I promise you. My kids were watching us. They'd be like, I can see their faces now.
Man, I don't know what to say about that. I can't. Just know you're a superhero in my eyes, buddy. That's all that matters.
You as well, Maestro.
Thanks, man.
You are the wind beneath my wings. You are the man.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that greatly. See, look how we're starting off 2024, y'all. Peace, love, and harmony. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. This is great. I love it. So let's get into the hump day question. And that is, what is happening to the younger generations? Lack of motivation? Lack of worth ethic? Morals? Respect? What is it? Or are we just becoming old fogies and unable to change with the times? Because let's think about it. Our parents came from a totally different generation. And I remember several conversations with, with my father where certain words or slang that, we would pick up in school and he would try and repeat and he just could not. He didn't know how to use them correctly. He didn't understand what things meant, And I'm just like, man, Dad, you're old. You're not going to understand. Well, here I am in a very similar situation. I don't understand what some of this stuff means that I hear these kids say these days, man. Some of the things I totally hate. One of the worst phrases that I've heard that I hate. And I can't even remember it. See, that's a sign of geriatricness. Can't remember nothing.
Wait, was it one of the ones that I was always saying?
No. I remember now. Bussin'. I absolutely hate that term. I hate that term so bad. I don't even know why. And then they got the nerve to say it twice. My second oldest, she'll say it twice. Oh, that's bussin'. Like, what is that supposed to... Oh, does that make it better? I didn't like it the first time. I don't understand. So...
The first time.
So, yeah, man. But I think there has been at least in my eyes, there's been a shift in the younger generations and how they're. I think there's a disdain for respect. I didn't probably say that correctly. Well, there's just a
No,
lack of respect.
no,
Um,
I would concur with what you said the first time. There is like a disdain, almost a
yeah,
hatred, a
for any kind of authoritative figure, whether it
exactly.
be parents or teachers. Um, I don't know, man. It's concerning to me.
Yeah.
Um, and one has to wonder why. I mean, we could sit here and give 1,001 reasons why, right? But could it be culture? Could it be, previous their parents' generation didn't, instill that? I don't know. Who knows, man? But I do think
Mm.
there is definitely a lack of respect for a lot of things in the younger generations. Is that a first world problem? I don't know. The table is the floor is open for discussion.
Mm.
Some good drink there. So
That's
thoughts?
a good one. I think I think music. I've always said music is a heavy influencer,
I think
and
so.
we've mentioned that earlier. How music is just today's music is just trash, absolute trash.
Hmm.
There's no good. There's no good um message. There's no good message in any of the new music at all, at
Yeah.
all.
Right.
Whether
At
it be
least
pop,
mainstream.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
mainstream,
Yeah.
correct,
Yeah.
correct. Um, I think we as a society just are very impatient, and maybe we as parents have also become impatient and don't know how to handle our kids
Hmm.
very well.
Interesting.
Um,
Interesting.
we're so heavy and consumed with our jobs that we lose focus
Fine.
on our kids.
Hmm.
Um, a lot of kids, I'd like to see the data. I'm sure, so many households, their their kids are coming up without two families in the household. That's got a lot.
Oh, two
to do.
parents.
Two parents, sorry, two
Yeah,
parents. Yeah,
I got
two
you. Yeah.
parents in the
Yeah. Yeah.
household.
Yeah.
Um, um,
One thing I think
yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but
Okay.
kind of one thing I've thought about and I've pondered is I know a lot of times, as our parents and their parents. So a lot of times, there was a struggle, right? There was a struggle to make ends meet. There was struggles, what I'm saying, to put food on the table. There was long hours worked, but the pay wasn't equivalent. So the work ethic, I think, especially in the older generations, was insane, right? The work ethic was there, and that ethic served them well. Excuse me, to where they could become successful and have the funds and the means, what I'm saying, to not have to struggle, what I'm saying, not to live check to check and to build not necessarily a empire, but, to live comfortably and accumulate wealth. And I think a lot of times the mentality is, I don't want, I don't want my kids to struggle like I had to struggle. So I give, right? I make sure they have this. I take them here. You know what I'm saying? I keep giving and giving and giving.
Yeah.
I think that can sometimes set the stage for lack of,
Entitlement.
yes, entitlement, expectation, right? They're always expecting something for nothing. And it comes, I think, from a good place. But I think if a lot of times, if we look back, the times where we didn't have, we struggled, made us humble, you know?
Exactly.
And if there's a generation that doesn't have that, doesn't understand that, it changes that paradigm, man, you know? And I really think that's part of the problem. You know, it's just a giving
Yeah.
and giving without the real, you know, yeah, you can discipline, but what else are you instilling in them? You know what I'm saying? Like, make them work for it, you know? Just
Right.
because, you know, you did your chores, does that automatically mean you get you know, $100? You feel me? You know, just throwing, you know,
$100
just make,
allowance.
you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying, making something up. But, you know, because when they leave, right, or as they get older, they're older teenagers and they get to that point to where they're going to go, life is going to hit them hard. Because even though how home is a safe haven now, because, you know, you've made it that way, when they get out there, that safe haven is going to be gone. Those rules that, you know, that were in the home are gone, right? Those protections, you know, that support. So they're going to have to develop those skills to cope, you know, and deal with and understand that it's tough out here, man. It is.
Yeah.
So I think that's
I,
part of the issue, not the whole issue.
I'd like to piggyback on that. You know, the fact that you talk about how we don't want our kids to struggle. We want them to be able to have what we didn't have.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't necessarily feel that way, but I know people who did feel that way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And, you know, they freely gave their kids, you know, things that, you know, our parents made us work for,
Mm-hmm.
or we had to work on getting ourselves.
Right.
But I also think there's an absence of a lot of the physical aspect of work and being able to provide things for yourself. Because we live in a world where you can readily go to any store and pretty much get anything you need.
Mm.
And I think that's caused a fragility, not just physically, because there's no hard physical work that some really are just not exposed to. And I'll get into a few examples, but also mentally and emotionally. Like, I feel emotionally and mentally they're more fragile. Like,
Mm.
things tend to get to them more that even we were told, but definitely our parents, our grandparents were told to suck it up or man up,
Mm.
and work through it. And back to the physical aspect,
Let me jump
things.
in. I'm sorry. Let me
Mm,
jump in right there because I think to me that can be a I don't for lack of a better term sticky subject, and that's because I think if you're looking at it from a mental health perspective, you know, kind of what you just said, sometimes, you know, the older generations definitely, you know, there was no choice. You had to suck it up. You had to push through. You had to find a way, right? Does that necessarily mean that there wasn't trauma that was born from that?
oh, absolutely
You
not.
know,
I think a lot of them were traumatized, but
and
again,
then that trauma can also filter down. My throat don't want me to talk today, y'all. I don't know what's going on. But that trauma also filters down and can, you know, be present in the house. You know, it just filters down to the kids sometimes, right? So, I mean, that could be another issue. But is that something that is a positive or a negative? You know, because when you tell somebody to suck it up and, you know, just deal with it, you know, is that really
oh, I'm not
the
saying it's
healthy?
right.
No, I know. But I'm saying, is that the healthy thing to do? Because I think the one thing that the younger generations are more aware of and hyper aware of is their mental health. Just my general opinion. I think the focus there is more on mental health and, you know, taking the space to, decompress or knowing their capacity to deal with certain things. I think mainly because it's being talked about a lot more.
And I think that's the difference
You know.
because mental health has always been an issue, like regardless, probably from the beginning of
Yeah.
time. But I think how it's dealt with and how the younger generation is being given, I think, more.
Grace and space.
I think so. You know, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because it's kind of like a double-edged sword because mental health is definitely important.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you know, sometimes, and I'm not saying like the people who suffer from it, but other people, who are advocating for certain things that might work in their benefit are letting it be an excuse for, oh, this is just how things are. We, this is it. You're not going to get what you used to have back in the day because, we're dealing with this. And I think that that's doing a huge disservice. I think there needs to be better resources around mental health. I think we're getting there because it's talked about more, but I think we still have a long way to go.
Right.
Um, but it's like I can see both sides
Right.
to a lot of these things that we're talking about, and I can only give my perspective
Yeah.
as a person, from how I see things
Sure.
or my
Absolutely.
experiences.
Absolutely.
But another thing, I don't believe that people are willing, like I said, the physical aspect, willing to work for certain things. Like even though it's a hobby to me, 60, 70, 80 years ago, working on farms,
That
having
was
your
a,
own
that was a way of
garden,
life, baby. That was a way of
it's
life. Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
You're up at the break of dawn doing farm chores,
Mm-hmm.
raising livestock, providing means to have your own food,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to just,
And a way of life, to sell and to
yeah, just going
garner
down the
income.
street. If
Mm-hmm.
you can't go to a Walmart or grocery store, you can go to like a Wawa or 7-Eleven and, get something. Some
Listen,
fast food
everything
restaurant.
you
It's
need. Yep.
everything is readily available. So I think that
Is that
ha-
progression? Is that societal progression? Like, are we progressing as a society? Like, is it still the expectation for us to have to work like that? All I'm doing is throwing questions out there and thoughts out there. So just for conversational topics, but
I think there's a progression, but it might not always necessarily be in a positive way. Um,
I can dig it.
you know, there's a lot to that because I'm thankful that we have the means because so many people in other places do not. But it's gotten to the place where we take it for granted.
Yeah, I mean that's absolutely correct. You know, I hesitate to say a number, but I will say this: many people do take it for granted because that's the lifestyle we've always had. When you grow up in it, you're born into it, you're raised in it, and you continue to grow up in it. So it is taken for granted
Yeah,
because we're not struggling like some other countries that when you wake up, you have to contemplate where you're gonna get your next meal from. You know what I'm saying? And let me backtrack on saying that because within our own borders we have that issue.
we do.
You
We
know,
do. We shouldn't, but we
right?
do.
I don't even have to go to another country, but let's be real. Right here, you can. Most everybody knows, has seen somebody on the side of the road homeless or knows somebody that's really struggling and so I don't know. I just threw that out there as a conversational topic. But
Yeah.
how do you
Go
change
ahead.
that though? Go ahead, D83. What you
No,
got?
no, I was just saying, yeah. I was just agreeing with you.
So what
Okay.
is the fix for that? Because I think you're right, Mello, in like the hard labor jobs and I'm sure DD3 has run across his fair share of, when you get people that just they want the job but don't want to do the work for it, right? And especially being out in those, those type of environments, like you got to battle the elements. Like, you got to go out there and bust behind, whether it's, 90, 95 degrees outside, and you know what I'm saying, in an attic, pulling wire, or, just for example,
Yeah.
or, or if it's, 10 degrees outside, and you in a crawl space, pulling wire, it doesn't matter, so I think that naturally, not too many people would want to do that, right? Understandably, right? Brave those elements, but there's a difference, that's your livelihood. You feel me? Like, and you know what?
Right.
I got to get up and I got to do this because this is how I make my bag.
Right.
That's how I get the bag. You know what I'm saying? And I think that mentality is lost to some extent with younger generations because they're given, right? It kind of goes back to what I said. They're given. And this doesn't apply. This is not a blanket statement. It doesn't apply to everybody, right? Because
right.
there's such a disproportion in
Right.
incomes and things. But I don't know. So I know D83. What you think, brother?
You mentioned, just the food element. That places where you can't even get, other countries you can't even get,
Yeah.
good water.
No, that's
Good
facts.
water.
That's facts.
I mean, think about that.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Yep, that's a battle, man. Yeah,
You
or,
know,
or,
here,
or, or all you got is contaminated water, and you got to take your chances with it. Yeah, that's facts,
Right.
man. That's facts.
One thing's for sure, because I watch a lot of, shows and movies and stuff where it's like, end of the world type stuff, and I'm like, if we as a society, if that really ever took place, absolutely be screwed.
And
Absolutely.
that's one of the points I was going to bring up. One of my final points too is, I think, and that's what scares me about some of the younger generations is the fact that we lost survival skills
Yes.
because we're so dependent on what somebody gives us, right? And I'm not talking about parents. I'm talking about everything, corporations. You know what I'm saying? Everything is right there. It's convenient. Technology gives us a lot of that, right?
Oh,
Makes us dependent. If the internet goes out, what happens? Goodness forbid if war finds its way to our shores, right? We just look on the news, we see how that looks.
Yeah.
What's going to happen? What are we going to do? Can you survive without being able to go to the supermarket? You know what I'm saying? And getting what you need, hitting up at McDonald's or you know what I'm saying? Just basic stuff, man. So that concerns me, I think, also. So, hey, listen, them what do we call them?
Bug out bags.
Thank you. Keep it on deck, man. You know what I'm saying? You never know. Keep it on
That's
deck.
right.
But yeah, those are my thoughts. My thoughts alone. Just the topics, just questions, y'all. It's my own opinion. These opinions do not reflect. I'm just saying. But yes, indeed. Man. Any final thoughts on that, y'all? What y'all think?
No, I think we can go down so many rabbit holes like with this topic, but I think it would be a great thing maybe taking a few of those topics offshoots and maybe having another discussion about, because I think it's really helpful for people to think about, because I don't think people think about it because they're not faced with it. They don't have to, have that in their forefront.
That's true.
But this is a possible reality. You never know.
And listen, a lot of people got struggles that they're struggling just to maintain. You feel me? So how much can you think about when you're already under the gun, so to speak? So, yeah, for sure. Well, that'll do it for us today, y'all. First episode of 2024. This is the new Maestro, Mello and D83. Sending love, peace, and happiness, harmony. Wishing y'all the best 2024 that you've ever had, because it's the only one you ever had, hopefully, unless you're a time traveler. Then that's a whole nother story. We're not getting into that for next show. But thank y'all for tuning in once again. Y'all know where to find us every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, right here. Check us out on YouTube, Discord. We're going to get TikTok back up and running. Unfortunately, we can't do lives there yet, but we're going to work on that too. But thanks for checking us out. Y'all have a wonderful night. Peace.